What's up, guys? It's your boy Tyler, and you're watching the most trash show on YouTube, Garage Goons. And I did something stupid, guys. I've been avoiding fragrance YouTube. I've been avoiding, just things that I know are gonna make me want to do stupid stuff and spend money on things that I really don't need. But I saw a watch that I really wanted for a really great price on Facebook Market, and I talked myself out of buying it. And so I went on Joma Shop just to compare how much the new version of the watch I was looking at on Facebook was going for, right? And then there was the For You page, and then I saw something that really grabbed my eye that I had not heard of because, again, I'm out of the loop. But apparently this is like the most hyped fragrance right now in dupe world on fragrance YouTube. And today we're going to be talking about Game of Spades Full House. Now, I'm showing you the box. I thought I paid for the tester on Joma Shop. I paid $70. And I thought this was a new up-and-comer designer brand. I really did. I had no idea, stupid me, that this was a dupe, a clone, a inspired by brand, a Middle Eastern house. I had no idea. Listen, everything about this, just the stars aligned. It was a blue fragrance. You guys know I love blue fragrances. I'm a Chargers fan. It was that powder blue color, that electric blue. It has Game of Spades Full House. I love playing poker. I'm like, all right, let me see what they're talking about. $70 isn't that much money. Let's see, and then I read the notes and I fell in love with the notes. The notes said, things like citruses and orange blossom and ginger and, green tea, which I thought was interesting. I have no tea scents in my collection. And I just said, fuck it. It's $70. I'm going to buy it. It's up my alley. It's what I like. Good presentation. And come to find out, of course, I go back to Fragrance YouTube after I pressed confirm purchase, right? And then it found out this is actually inspired by a clone, a dupe of Louis Vuitton Imagination, which to a lot of people is supposedly the greatest scent all time ever, okay? So here's what you get for $70 on Joma Shop, okay? You get a box from a fragrance house called Joe Malone, is it Joe Malone or Joe Milano? This is Joe Milano. I don't know if it's any affiliation with Joe Malone. I'm assuming it is. But if you look on the back here, it does have this Middle Eastern writing right here, which makes me think it's probably a subsidy of, Latafa or Armav or one of these other major Middle Eastern houses, all right? But they suckered me in. This is what you get, all right? Open the box. Boom. It says Joe Milano Paris. Okay, it's supposed to be a French scent. You get, look how cool. And by the way, guys, this is magnetized. I don't know if that's, maybe it's not magnetized. It feels magnetized. It's not as strong magnets, but I think there is some magnetism there because I'm definitely getting some stick. But either way, here's what you get. Game of Spades Full House, okay? And it says Parfum on the front, but I think this is an EDP concentration. It doesn't wear heavy like a perfume, okay? This is, 100 milliliters or 3.4 ounces, batch code 9250324 if y'all are into that. And this is what you get. Look at this. You get this beautiful spade electric blue cap. This is actual metal, guys. It's a heavy cap. Okay, doesn't click into place or it's not magnetic. So again, whenever that's the case, I tell you guys not to do this, but you can do this. At least I can do this. Wouldn't trust it, but it is a hefty cap. This is heavy, guys. This is legitimately a solid metal cap. It's not your tradition. Nothing about this says clone to me, which is why I kind of fell for it and then realized after what I had done, okay? The bottle feels great to hold. It's cylindrical, I think is the right word. And it's got like a slight taper across the top here. And it's got this really cool spade with, you know, this kind of French, maybe Creole inspired kind of designs here. And it says Game of Spades Full House on there. Okay, and it doesn't say EDP. The only hint I get is it says Parfum on the bottom here. I don't know that I trust it to be perfume again, but I think this is of the EDP variety of concentration. But I'm going to tell you how it wears, and I'm going to tell you how good it is, okay? First off, let's take a look at the atomizer. All metal atomizer. They didn't skimp anything on here. This thing looks so legit, so just like zero corners cut here, okay? And look, watch this. 1 Mississippi. Did you see that pressurized atomizer? Oh, it's so good, guys. In the beginning, I get mostly orange bitters and a blast of ginger. Now, even in the air, I do get hints of green tea. And it kind of, what it does is it gives it like this soapy effect, kind of like a hand soap feel, which I like clean, but I don't usually like scents that have the hand soap. But when this dries down, by the way, it's a little after midnight right now, and I apply this stuff at 4 p.m. So we're going on 8 hours strong right now, and it's almost a skin scent. I would say it's a skin scent, except for I've been getting random whiffs while I've been setting up the camera before I even sprayed this just now. So I think the magic of the scent is that it keeps pushing off in little spurts, and it's definitely within the arm's length, but it's noticeable. Okay, and I changed shirts because I have a brand new beautiful baby girl that got my old shirt a little dirty while I was changing her diaper, and so now I'm wearing a new one. But that other shirt smelled heavy of this stuff 8 hours in. When I sprayed it on that, I just had to take it off because it was soiled, right? So yeah, ginger, orange, like citruses, and if you ever have an old fashioned and you get bitters with it, right? If you're into mixology and you get an old fashioned, right? The bitters from the bar, if you smell that really winey, strong, fresh, bright citrus that comes with it, that's what you get initially. The ginger with like orange peel is what it smells like. And then as it settles down, it actually, the orange becomes a lot more citrusy and less like sharp. And it actually smooths out into like an orange blossom. You get a little bit of the sweetness from the orange blossom flower, but the tartness stays there. But it's not so tart that it makes you like pucker your mouth, like, you know, feel like you need to drink some water, have something sour, you know what I mean? It is accompanied by that green tea that kind of just balances it the whole time. Now, if you look online, it'll say, you know, all these different type of things, but I always try to give you just what I smell, and I don't know what half these woods are, okay? I do get towards the end, the green tea sort of like, once it really dries down, I'm talking hour 2, 3, and 4. When it really dries down, you get hints of the green tea, but the soapiness of the scent, that's only in the opening. That kind of dies down, and what that soapiness becomes is more of almost like this herbal eucalyptus that's just in the background that helps all of those top notes, the orange, the ginger, and the orange blossom, and you know, all the citronic scents kind of float on top of it and helps it push and last longer. Because if you just get something that smells like orange juice, that scent doesn't typically tend to stick around. You know what I mean? Like, I have a scent that's basically pure grapefruit, or it's actually called yuzu. It's Bois de Yuzu. But that one, it lasts okay, but because it's so citronic and there's nothing else to it, once it's gone, it's gone. This floats around, hangs around, and it's very clean. Little bit aquatic, but mostly just beautiful orange peel, and orange blossom with the ginger, and it floats on top of this tea. And eventually when it dries down, you get a little, like, I don't know what kind of wood it's supposed to have in here, but for me, I get like a little bit of a hint of eucalyptus leaves. And it doesn't smell old, man. It doesn't smell unpleasant. It's a beautiful scent, guys. It is. And listen, I don't know because I've never smelled Louis Vuitton Imagination. okay? But because like, listen, even when I went in Neiman Marcus, I do myself the favor of, look, if the fragrance is over $200, okay, let's call it $300. I'm not even gonna buy it. I'm sorry. I know I'm a fan of fragrances, but to me, I just want to smell good. And so that's why I also don't do the redundancy thing, where if I have the clone of something and I'm happy with the clone, I'm not going to go get the original and spend like, oh, let's see what this is about. I might go to Ulta and check it out, but I'm not going to actually buy it. So I'm never going to buy Imagination. I don't know how close it is, but there's a million videos talking about how this stuff smells exactly like Imagination, or it's 95% close. I think those videos are dumb when they give a percentage. It's like, listen, does it smell like it or not? And if it does, cool, talk about the similarities and differences, but don't give me a number. That doesn't do anything for my brain. So I don't know how close this is, but what I can tell you is a bomb-ass fragrance, and a lot of people that say they got Imagination get 4 or 5 hours out of it. Okay, if you're going to spend $500 on a bottle, you want an all-day performer, and this is an all-day performer. So I don't know that it performs better on me than Imagination would, but that's what they're saying out in these cologne streets, okay? They're saying that this lasts longer and is pretty damn close, and it's $70. Now, you might be thinking, I'm not sure if I want to spend $70 on a cologne brand. All right, don't. But realize what this is cloning or trying to be costs like $500, $400 plus, okay, on sale. And nobody says, oh yeah, that one lasts all day. Nobody says that, okay? And me with my dry ass skin, if somebody says, oh, this thing lasts 4 or 5 hours, on me, that probably means it lasts about 3 or 4 hours. It's probably not as good on me. This thing lasted all day on me. It's so effervescent and just beautiful and just bright in the air. And that tea kind of chills it out a little bit to where it's not just so much of a punch in the face with citrus, but it all just blends together to make this beautiful, beautiful scent. And let me show you the atomizer one more time. This is so special, guys. And it also has a JM on the top. I don't know if you can see that. JM on the top of the atomizer. But everything about this just feels premium. That's why I didn't realize it was a dupe until after I bought it. But by the way, and I did watch a bunch of videos after the fact, like a dummy. But Imagination, not a pressurized atomizer. Imagination, $500, between $400 and $500. Imagination, 4 hours. This is all day. This is pressurized atomizer. This is heavy premium cap. This looks dope. It doesn't have Louis Vuitton written on it, but who the fuck cares? Look how cool this looks. And again, dude, I have designer fragrances. I have niche fragrances. Oh my God. The ginger, the orange, and the tea in the beginning. It's so beautiful. And you're going to enjoy that eucalyptus smell, at least to my nose, what I get when it dries down. And then that soapiness comes in the beginning. I'm not the biggest, I've never been a big soapy guy, but it does smell clean. And guys, this is unisex. I don't think this screams masculinity or femininity. I think if you're a girl and you like the way I'm describing this, you want to smell like ginger and oranges and tea, fucking do it. And if you're a dude, you're going to smell clean, bro. Like, this is zero offensive. I see this being safe, but also I don't have anything in my collection quite like it. It's so nice. Okay, so let's spray it on my new shirt. Reapply. I love this shit. Okay. Joe Milano, Ace of Spades, Full House. This shit, listen, if you're willing to part with $70 for something that's supposedly a dupe, do it, bro. This is the shit. Okay. And if it seems too rich for your blood, you know, I don't know if you're going to get any samples of this, but $70, listen, designer performance, designer sensibility, between designer and clone pricing, okay? But this is, listen, they didn't skip any corners. They didn't cut any corners. They didn't skip. Everything about this feels premium, guys. All the way down to the fucking presentation. All right, Garage Goons, the most trash show on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your friends. Talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Share this video. Fucking hit the notification bell. Do all the shit. We are out of this bitch.